Shang Hsiu Koo, CFO of Gingoyon.com. Gingoyon, we're the largest online dating platform in China.
My name is Tian, the CEO of Baihe.com. Baihe is the leading serious matchmaking website in China.
My name is Jeffrey, and I'm the CEO of Successful Match. Successful Match is a company based in America. Our company has many niche dating websites such as MinnerMatch.com and PositiveSingles.com. And we have about 10 dating websites.
John Posta, entrepreneur. Right now it's secret. The app is secret.
My name is Daniel Haigh. I'm based in Sydney, Australia, and I'm the founder of Oasis.com and the director of Oasis and RSVP. They're the leading dating sites in the Australian market. Oasis has been around since about 2007, and RSVP has been around since about 1998.
My name is Asami Morita from Diverse Incorporation in Japan. Our company has two big dating sites. One is named YYC, which is more very casual, dating up. And another is named U-Bright, which is more serious. Serious means they are people who want to get married in the near future.
My name is Cyril Mazur. I am the founder and CEO of MyLadyBoyDate.com.
My name is Maki Gingoyon, and I'm doing social marketing for MyLadyBoyDate.com.
Building Bridges is just the name of the company. My Lady Boy Date is the name of the brand and the name of the website. It is a dating site for ladyboys. That's the street language for transgender women in Asia, essentially in Thailand and Philippines. It's a very common name. And we start also to expand to the rest of the world. And we opened a second brand for this, which is called My Transsexual Date.
We all know that ladyboy is quite derogatory and it's prone to the sexual aspect of dating transgender women, and we created this site because we wanted to cater quality, decent dating site for transgender women. Hence, we have the MyTranssexualDate.com, which is completely the same site. It's just a different name, more into a politically correct term for transgender women, just to make them feel comfortable.
All right, my name is Xiao. I'm one of the co-founders of a yet-to-be-launched product called Serendipity at the moment. It's going to be a video platform focused on mobile dating.
Hi, my name is Violet Lim. I'm from Lunch actually. We are based off Singapore, but we have a presence in 4 countries: Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Indonesia. My husband and I, Jamie, we started Lunch actually about 11 years ago. So when we first started Lunch actually, it's an offline dating service where we do one-on-one personalized matchmaking. But in the last 11 years, we have actually expanded across many different services. So right now we have offline, online, as well as a mobile dating app.
My name is Song Lee. I'm the founder of Zheng.com, a leading online dating and matchmaking service provider in China.
I think it's the third time for me to attend iDate meeting.
This is my first time to join iDate.
I think this is actually my fourth. Yeah, not too many, but a few. Yeah.
This is my third iDate, and I have to say this is probably the one that I've enjoyed the most.
2 in Beijing, 1 in Shanghai, 1 in Tokyo, 1 in Miami, and maybe 5.
The big iDate in Las Vegas. I've been to the mobile iDate in Los Angeles, and this time iDate China.
I found the iDate conference is very informative and it's very insightful. I get to meet with people from online dating entrepreneurs from all over the world and learn from them and share the experience with them. And every time I come away learning something new. And some of the stuff I could actually immediately apply to my own home market.
I really like this one because I believe it's also because where it is located. I think in terms of location-wise, it's very relevant to what we are doing. So this time it's in Beijing. So we have met a lot of CEOs, CFOs from across the region, and have learned a lot of very I would say relevant ideas and experiences from them.
Extremely informative. I didn't know much about the Asia or China market, and the guests here are the CEOs and CTOs of the biggest and best, top 3s. Very informative. The information that everyone's been sharing has been more forthcoming than I actually imagined would be. And it's a great networking opportunity.
Oh, look, actually, I'm really enjoying the focus of this one. I think it's a little bit unique. I've only really been to very large iDate conferences. I think it's great being in China. This is a market that I find very, very interesting, which is why I went to the trouble of coming here. I think that as well as that, the people that I've met here are really high profile, so it's been a really good learning experience.
It's very interesting, more than I imagined, because in Japan, I think Japanese dating market is very close to overseas. So we have only few chances to know about the dating market about overseas. In this event, I knew many new companies and the detail about the foreign market. So it's very impressive for me.
We've been into the dating industry for only 2 years, and we got to meet a few players, but during this event we really met big players, and I've got a lot of takeaways that I'm going to take with me, a lot of inspiration. Like, I look forward to go back to the office just to implement some of the ideas that I got during these 2 days.
I think this was a very eye-opening experience. As someone who's kind of looking at this industry, I mean, we've never done a project or a product in this space before. As someone who's looking at this industry for the very first time, it was very, very useful to be in the same room as people who have been in this industry for 10 years and kind of see what the road ahead is going to be, see the challenges you're going to face, just see what's out there waiting for you once you actually get started. So this was really cool experience.
Well, it's great for me because I don't have to travel. And in the US, I think we were the only Chinese company there. So we were learning more about the global market. But for iDate China, we're learning more about the China market and get to listen to our competitors, our partners.
This conference gives us many free time to communicate with each other. Most of us are the top people in this industry. So I think this is a good conference. Yeah, the best I have ever joined.
In the iDate meeting, I have met some presidents and the CEOs from other dating websites.
Definitely the CEOs and CFOs of, huge dating sites that you wouldn't normally get that kind of contact or that level necessarily to talk about with those sort of people. China is a massive market and there's so much for the world to learn, I think, from this market as well. So, and just my experience here all day yesterday, I was intently watching every single presentation, which, is kind of different from me. I'm pretty laid back about it all. So, no, I really enjoyed it and a lot to learn. Yeah, it was excellent. Yeah.
I met many major players like CEO, CFOs, and technical managers and marketing managers, and everyone was very impressive people.
The people we met were mostly the founders or the CEOs. I really enjoy talking to the founders. They're entrepreneurs like me. They've been a long way, we're only starting. But it's a lot of good experience and inspiration talking to them.
I thought the idea that what CRN is doing with working with external matchmakers, I think a lot of people have been thinking, how do you leverage on your own leads, and then but yet at the same time, not having need to spend money to maybe start off new offices, by leveraging on others. But it was very difficult because you need to protect your brand and a lot of reputation risk. And I think what they have done with that was really interesting because they are the ones that actually approve the contracts. They are being signed between the matchmaker and the clients.
Definitely have a few ideas, especially after listening to Dr. Lee, our major competitor, talking about their business, about their challenges. It's good to know that we're all facing the same challenges, and it's nice to know that what keeps us awake at night, what keeps us arguing during the meetings, they have the same problems. So it leaves a little bit of our pain.
Oh yes, for example, this time I learned from Mark that one of interesting ways of doing dating is that have your staff to rate users, and let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, and then match them in a certain way. And I thought that's quite an interesting idea, and I discussed with my staff and see if we can apply it to the Chinese market.
Actually, for me, it's a place to know what our competitors are thinking.
Yes, I got many ideas, such as I never know that people search much on Facebook, so maybe we will research how to optimize our websites or our app on Facebook. I have many ideas got, but I can't tell all of them here.
I'd say the best ideas I got were more with marketing strategy and positioning. What was really eye-opening is you understand that the environment's competitive, but especially in China, how mega and ultra competitive it is in terms of companies looking for smaller companies to crush or just take out or buy out, which was a little bit intimidating, but if that's the truth, better to know now than later.
I learned quite a bit more about the traditional matchmaking, which is an area that I've never really paid attention to that much. It's very different in China. It's an area that is way more developed, I think, than anything would have in Australia or probably in the US as well. So, it's something that I was really curious about and learnt a lot about, and and it sort of opened up a whole new world there for me a little bit. Just the size of that industry in China is unbelievable.
The night after the pre-event, and I was talking to Dr. Shang Li, and he was telling me all the stories that he did in relation to PR, how he was going on TV trying to be controversial, all these kind of stories. And it was only the pre-event. It was only around the beer.
In this event, I got some new ideas. For example, actually in Divers, we are thinking about starting offline services, and I think the Chinese market will be a good model for us.
I learned about social media and how powerful the word incentivization that you mentioned earlier, and it really challenges me to do better on the social marketing and take that part. Looking forward to implement that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the most important things I learned here is around managing people's expectations. This is credit to Violet Lim from Lunch Actually. This really made an impression on me as far as user experience goes. It's not just about finding the right one; it's also about being the right one and choosing the right one. And that's an insight that I'm going to take away with me. And I don't know what that means for the product yet, but we're certainly going to think about how to help people manage their expectation in a online, low-touch environment rather than matchmaking high-touch environment.
Yeah, I think just the scale, the ability to get things built and completed quickly, the speed at which they change and adjust to the market, the amount of competitive pressure that they have to deal with, I think is on a whole new scale, and how quickly they have to, adjust their businesses to cope with that. And I can see these sites that have been around a long time have definitely done that, and they've been very dynamic and stayed competitive. And I think that's a huge challenge, especially with the new mobile apps that are popping up, such as Momo, putting a lot of pressure on the industry. I think that it's great to see that this industry is dynamic enough to hold on against these social networking platforms. So it's great.
Shang's was very interesting because he had a lot of data. Dan's presentation on Oasis was very eye-opening because he had a lot of poll information. Plus, he was in a very unique position to combine two competitors right off and then look at how each one was doing. So that was actually very, very, very unique.
I can't pick a single one. I think I was impressed by a lot of them. People really came at it from different angles, right? There's Dr. Song Lee, who really came at it from macroeconomics, from an industry, like high level, 30,000 feet, what's wrong with the industry, be it cost of customer acquisition, low lifetime value, the fact that your user churn which is inherent to this industry. There was this 30,000 feet critical business analysis. And then there's people coming at it from like a matchmaking, expectation management. Then there's people coming at it from a legal perspective. There's people coming at it from an international market perspective. There were so many different perspectives that each of which was very, very informative. So it's hard for me to pick one. I'm gonna have to go back and synthesize it all.
If you're not in iDate, you're not in the dating business.
If you're not in iDate, you're nobody in the dating business.
If you are not in iDate,
If you're not at iDate,
If you are not in iDate,
you are not even in the dating industry.
You're nobody in the dating business.
you are not in dating business.
If you're not at iDate, you don't know what you're missing.
If you're not at iDate, you're nobody in the dating business.
Hey, look, if you are not in iDate conference, nobody will know you are in the business.